Still got a couple of minutes.
See, y'all making me go over to LinkedIn. It messed it up. Okay.
I can still hear you, even though Tiffany muted us.
Okay. Yeah. There. Go to Task Manager. Wow. Shoot, I am fully frozen.
Laser engraving did for me. The engraving on my product was precise and exactly what I wanted.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
Good morning, Jobfather Nation. We are so excited to be back. We've got a wonderful packed show for you. We have back our wonderful Absolute Abby for the first part of the show. Just a reminder, NTX Radio is a radio and podcast collective proudly serving all of North Texas and can be heard all over the world on TuneIn Radio and on the NTX Radio app. You can listen both on Android, Apple CarPlay, or just ask Alexa to play NTX Radio. Check out our lineup and more at ntxradio.com. We are grateful to be part of NTX Radio, and we thank our valued partners for helping us amplify the voices of North Texas. Before we jump in, let's bow our head for a quick word of prayer. Father God, thank you so much for this day, for bringing us all together. Lord, I just pray you would open doors of opportunity for all job seekers and networkers. And I pray, Lord God, that you would open doors of opportunity, bless them with your provision, give them discernment, and I pray that they would be able to build wonderful fruit of the Spirit as they go through a waiting period. And I just hope that waiting period won't be too long. Thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Well, we are excited to be here today with yours truly, the Jobfather. Don't forget to head on over to searchforyou.inc, and Foster will put the website in the chat. All of our LinkedIns are in the chat. Do not forget to link with us. And Foster has been supporting the Jobseeker network now for probably 20 plus years. Don't forget that it does take time, energy, and finances to put together and host the different things that he hosts throughout the Metroplex. Head on over to his website and take a look at some of the job openings. If you're a candidate, make sure you put your information in and apply to anything you see that he's working on. In addition to that, Don't forget to donate to Search for You, as this is a full-time opportunity that he volunteers in, and we are so grateful for the work that Foster has done in this community. And also a big thank you to Mez. We sure love her and we're grateful for her. She's behind the scenes making sure that things are working and getting everything posted and keeping the chats moving. So let's thank our Mez for all she does. Foster, I'm going to throw the ball on over to you.
Oh boy. I got the ball, Abby. Oh my goodness. Check it out. I think we're going to do a run play. So,
all right.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Jobseeker Network. We are here. It is Friday morning. It's 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. It's not 11 o'clock for some of you guys, but we appreciate you guys being with us. Let's see who's with us. Yolanda Chen. Hey, Yolanda. And we got Christy. We've got Miss Christina Matthews and many, many others. I say, oh, Mez is checked in. Good. She's there with us. Yay. And awesome, guys. It's plenty of people that listen to this show. And if you're not able to join us live, you can listen to us later. Just go to YouTube and click the Jobfather, and it will pull up the latest of shows. So, with all of that being said, Abby, I've got a dad joke. I'm gonna see if you guys are gonna listen, see if you can figure it out.
Go ahead. I like it.
I'm a dad. I'm qualified. So, you guys know what was just as beneficial as the first telephone?
Nope.
There was an invention that was equally beneficial as the first telephone. The second telephone.
That was cute. That
is not funny. Do not be laughing.
That was a good one, Foster. I like that. Good job, Foster.
Make you ladies laugh.
I'm gonna have to send you some dad jokes.
That was good.
Okay, guys. So I'm going to introduce you guys to Absolutely Abby. You see that pretty red-haired lady there? She is my sister. That's why we look just alike. And
identical.
So, there's a couple of things that I want us to cover real quickly, Abby. We're going to talk about cover letters and how to put that thing together. You're going to share a story with us that you experienced yourself. But right before we do that, tell everybody about what Staffing Symphony is, since you are the runner of that thing, and we want to talk about the Jobseeker wake-up calls as well.
Sure. So I am the owner of Staffing Symphony. Essentially, I put myself into companies and I do recruiting for them on a temporary part-time basis. And I've been doing that for 20 years. And then the career wake-up calls are my chance to give back to all of you. We've had 122 of them, I believe.
Yeah.
You can find them at www.careerwakeupcalls.com. We're having another one on Tuesday. I think that's the 3rd. Yeah. And we have a lot of fun. We answer a lot of questions. And then at the end, we play a little game where Foster comes on and he and I help job seekers make matches to companies that they want to work for. So that's the bonus part of the call.
Oh,
but you must come. You must come to the first part because it's fun also. So it's careerwakeupcalls.com. They've always been free. They will always be free. And it's just fun. I love this stuff, I just love it.
You do.
I do. That's amazing.
I do too. I like spreading the news. And it's Tuesday at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, guys. And correct. So if you're not in Central Standard Time, adjust to your meridian.
Yes, PM. So, even though it's called Career Wake Up Calls, it's not in the morning.
PM. Yeah. And it's awesome, guys, because you can, when you go to careerwakeupcalls.com, you can see a place where you can submit questions that you might have, and we answer a lot of those questions. And it's really a fun deal. It's just like this, really. We talk about things. We just get down to the nitty gritty. And it's really fun. So Tuesday, guys, we will be there. And, of course, I will share the information out across the network. Mm-hmm. And Abby and I love cover letters. Now, I know a lot of recruiters don't like cover letters anymore.
Yep.
I do a lot of executive recruiting. So I love those cover letters to be there because the executives that are hiring the executives to come into the company want you to explain why you're a good fit for that company. And anyway, at any rate, Abby and I love cover letters, and Abby's got a neat story to share with us with cover letters.
I do have a neat story. So it's not exactly a job seeker story, but it's similar. So this week I was at a conference for life sciences professionals, and they had partnering or matching. It's just like speed dating. And I signed up last Friday, and everyone else signed up 3 weeks ago. So the head of the conference was walking me through it, and he said, you can invite people to speed date with you, but you're only going to probably get 3 people at most. So if you get 3, that would be wonderful, because everyone's been in here for 3 weeks. So I went into my friend ChatGPT, and I started asking, what should I say to this kind of person? What should I say to that kind of person? I was writing to investors. I was writing to consultants. These are people that are going to help me with my own job search. So I'm a 1099 employee, which means I'm always searching for another contract. So I asked ChatGPT to give me the exact ways to write to all these people. Guess how many people I spoke to this week, Foster?
Oh, probably 30.
Don't guess too high. All right, well, 30 is exactly right. And I didn't tell you beforehand, right? That's why we're brother and sister. We're totally connected. I got 30 people to talk to me this week. Not 3, not 4,
That's
30.
phenomenal.
And that's because I'm not taking any credit for this. This is ChatGPT telling me exactly what to put in my quote unquote cover letter. They weren't really cover letters, but they were like cover letters.
Yeah.
So I just want to tell you all that you should be using ChatGPT to help you write your cover letters, because it works. It really does work. And it doesn't take any time. You stick it in there and it gives you the cover letter, gives you a few choices, and it's easy to do. This is easier than going on Google, I think. So that was my story. I thought it was relatively relevant.
It is awesome. I remember when I was in between jobs, to further your point, Abby, back in 2023, I would take my resume, I'd put it into ChatGPT, and I'd say, create a cover letter for this, just to be very specific so that it understands the pieces of my resume it's supposed to pull to write a cover letter. And I also write cover letters and do resumes and update LinkedIn for very affordably for candidates in the job search. And I use ChatGPT to do a lot of theirs as well, because once I got the resume where I wanted it, all you have to do is upload your resume and ask it to write what it is you need, and it will pull the data out and put something together. So how did you prompt it? I think that's important for our audience to know. Like, you said you got 30 people. How did you prompt it?
I sent it. I said, well, first, ChatGPT knows I'm a fractional recruiter, but I reminded it. So I said, I'm a fractional recruiter. I'm in a conference. I explained the whole story. And then I said, I'm going to be meeting with an investor. What email should I put in to attract the investor? That was it. That's it. Or I'm meeting with a consulting firm that blah, blah, blah. That's it. It was very simple. It wasn't that hard. And I just cut and paste. I spent all night Friday, right? I signed up with the guy Friday, like at 10 o'clock. And I spent the entire day. When he told me you're not going to get more than 3, I'm like, oh, yes, I am. And so, I went in.
You're like,
I spent all day.
Yeah.
And then the next day I did another bunch, because I'm like, I haven't reached out to enough consultants. Let me try some consultants. So I threw that, and then I got more. So yeah, it's all ChatGPT. This would be so much more tedious. It wasn't.
That's awesome. Yeah.
It's all ChatGPT. So I really,
and it isn't. And if you're not in the I use it for a lot of things. Like, for example, I had an executive candidate I screened for our director of compliance, and these candidates are getting sent over. It's going to be reporting to our CFO, and I took all my notes. And I took some of the notes that the candidate sent about his experience. I put it all together and asked ChatGPT to write I explained that we are hiring for a director of compliance. These are the 4 things we're looking for.
Yep.
I was going to add the job description and I forgot to, and then I said, here's all my notes from our conversation. Please pull these notes together based on these core things, and put together a much more articulate version that sounds very human, because you have to be careful. Sometimes they'll make it a little too chat GPT-y.
Yes.
Not always.
Yes.
You just have to put that human touch on it.
I like that word, chat GPT-y.
I totally was going to say that. Thank you for reminding me.
Awesome.
So I edited. I went in. I didn't cut and paste until I edited exactly what they said. I changed the different subject lines sometimes. I changed some things, but I had the basic amount of stuff that I just had to cut and paste. And I totally think ChatGPT is one that helped me get 30 of those.
So something I do when I use
sounds
ChatGPT too, you can teach it to write in your own voice if you provide it with examples of your own writing, like emails you've written, things you think are really well done, and you can teach it to write in your own voice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, that's
I think at this point it knows me, so I think I've taught it somehow. Yeah,
that's good. Well, and it's important for our listeners to realize these tools are out there and they're legit. And again, they're taking from actual data and experience. They're not making things up. I mean, you can ask it to make things up, but you can also use it very ethically. Wouldn't you say that, Abby?
Of course. Yeah. No, I think, well, here's one thing though I did want to mention. So really make sure that the cover letter that you're sending sounds like you. Because what happened recently, I'm doing a recruiting for a dentist office, and I received a perfect resume and a perfect cover letter. And then we started having a chat on text, because that's how I get people to talk to me on the phone. And the grammar on the text, it made it obvious that that cover letter was not from that person. That was written by somebody or ChatGPT. So it's very important that before you send out that cover letter, that it actually sounds like you. Because otherwise I'm going to be like, this is a total lie. So I don't even want to talk to this person.
I have a question, you guys, since you guys have used it in that respect. Since I've never put a human engram into that thing. So what do you guys think? Do you think it does a good job of representing us? Does it sound really like our speak?
Yeah, because so what it will do is it'll give you an answer to your prompt, and then it will say, if you want me to, I'll make it less formal, or if you want me to, I'll make it whatever, more chit-chatty, or I'll say, that sounds too formal. I don't like this sentence. I would never say that sentence. Can you fix that sentence? And you just have to keep refining it until it sounds like you. So you're not taking the exact thing and putting it into a cover letter. Because if it sounds like a chat GPT cover letter, we're going to know it and we're not going to like it. That's all.
You can also write what you want to say and then drop it in there and say, help me refine this.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I love that you brought that up. That's exactly what I do at work. Yeah, make this I say all the time. I don't even get as fancy as refined sometimes. I'm like, right up, make it sound better.
Of course, but that's you. That's you. So that's better, because if you would say that, it should make it sound like you. So that's actually better, I think.
No, but I like the refined.
Like, sometimes I know, but sometimes it'll put like a fancy word, and I don't know if anybody noticed, but I don't speak in big words. So if somebody puts in big words in it, I'm just like, we have to fix that, because that is not. I would never say that sentence. So fix that.
And it does a good job
Like,
of
fix
fixing
it,
it, huh,
please,
Abby?
hurry.
It totally does. Yeah, you just keep working with it, and then eventually you have the template, and then you can paste it into each resume that you're sending out. But then you have to customize it for every resume you're sending out. But ChatGPT can help you.
Man,
And if
Yeah.
anybody's out there and they're
It's
afraid of
awesome.
ChatGPT, I remember being afraid of all kinds of things. This is the easiest thing in the world, and you don't
Yeah,
have to pay for it.
chat
Yeah,
sounds like it might be the easiest one to use of all of them.
it's the easiest thing in the world. Just go to ChatGPT and type in a sentence and see what it brings back. It's free. At least, I mean, I'm paying a little bit for it, but it's free basically.
How much does it
Yeah.
cost, Abby? It's not very
I don't
expensive,
know.
I
It's
guess.
it's cheap. I don't remember. It's like maybe
Yeah.
$29 or
Abby,
something. Because I want to keep
what
I want to
Abby's
keep
doing is
my yeah. I want to keep my stuff
well,
and it's
because it's
filed away.
learning you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what Abby's doing is
Copilot is
paying
also
for it.
really easy to use and is free.
Yeah.
Say that again, Christy.
Copilot, the Microsoft version, is
Uh-huh.
also free
Mhm.
and really easy to use.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of good about Copilot as well, to be honest.
That's my chat bot of choice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Christy,
interesting. At
do
work,
you
we have a
prefer
mix.
one over the other?
I like Copilot better for business things.
Okay.
I do use ChatGPT though to help like meal plan for the week, and it'll make you a grocery
Oh.
list and do all kinds of different things. I think like any tool, you have to know, what you're most comfortable using. I feel like Copilot has a more of a business lens to it.
Uh-huh.
So I like it for things like resumes and cover letters
I
better.
didn't know that. Wow. Okay.
See, as
Yeah.
we discuss, we get to hear these things and we get to apply some things that
Yeah.
we hear, and it's teaching us, like Dana said, it's teaching us as we go. We're learning this. I
Yeah.
remember
It
when
really
Chat
does.
GPT first came out, it blew us away. But you know what? It couldn't do all the stuff that it can do today here in 2026 in the
Oh,
beginning.
yeah. It's come a long ways. Let's see. Foster, I started using it in 2023. That's the first time I heard about it. Had you heard about it before then?
Yeah, I get in all these conversations, these nerdy conversations with people. And so I knew it was coming before it launched. And so I was really excited when it launched and the capability that it had when it did launch. But
Yeah.
now, just like anything else, we refine things as we go with
Yeah.
just about every tool that we have. Yeah.
hmm It's interesting. When I first heard about it, I was like, "You did what?" And I had a friend say, "Yeah, I went in and did a resume on ChatGPT, but I still think it's important I get it looked at to make
Yeah.
sure that it sounds human. It isn't over the top. Because again, the the newer the tool is, it takes time because Chat GPT learns. It learns. So what Abby's doing is smart because she's got a paid version that's learning her, and it's learning all her preferences and all the types
Yep.
of questions she asks. And so as it continues to learn her, it provides better communication, better results, better answers.
Right.
I've been using mine at work, and it's not a paid version, but it's starting to learn me, even though I'm not doing a paid version. But if I did a paid, I'd be able to do even more advanced things with it. But I might
Yeah.
do the paid. I've thought about it. It's worth it if you use it truly.
Yeah,
I, s- I
I'm
s-
learning more and more things that it can do for me. Like I didn't even think about that shopping list. It's like once you start
Yeah.
thinking about it, it's like having your own robot in your house.
that is
My
exactly what it
daughter,
is.
my daughter also uses it to help her study for college. It'll ask her
Oh,
to create practice problems, help her
Yeah.
understand concepts. Obviously she doesn't use it for things that are, inappropriate, but it can
right.
help her with her study. I use it to prep for interviews.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
what
because it can
Christina
even.
Matthews says. She says, I use Perplexity.
Oh,
Some
I
of you
haven't
guys have
tried
probably heard it.
Perplexity.
I use Perplexity because it will tell me, where'd it go? It will tell me
I've
where
not
all the
heard of
important
Perplexity.
parts are. Check out Perplexity, Dana.
You've heard of it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I will. I have not heard of it. I know about Copilot. My leader Laura prefers and tends to use Copilot. I didn't know it was more business oriented. So that's interesting. I might have to try that.
Claude is also another one that's up and coming.
Claude, yeah.
What's it called?
Claude.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a butler. My name is Claude.
Yeah,
May I
exactly.
serve you tea and crumpets?
Exactly.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Hey, Dana, Jason Hopper's with us.
Hey, J Hop.
J Hop is in the building.
Yeah. Abby, have you heard of a lot of recruiters using AI tools to recruit?
Yes. I haven't had the opportunity to do it myself yet, but I probably will with my next client.
Got it.
Yeah. But I think I could probably start trying it out on my dentist just to see if I can find him candidates by using AI.
I've never done this, but I would imagine that you could help probably craft a job description that sounds maybe a little bit better than what it comes out as.
Yeah, I actually have to do one for somebody else that I found out about today. So I think I will do that. Thank you for the idea. I don't know why I was just thinking I'll just write one because that's what I used to do. Like you forget what you used to do and now you could not do it anymore. You could let a robot do it for you, which is so weird.
You know what I've also done when I'm searching for people that are hard to find in certain geographic regions? I'll go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm looking for oral surgical assistants, which are a registered dental assistants, within 30 miles of this zip code in Northern California. Where are some places that I could advertise this role to get good traction from these types of candidates? And
That's really good.
And it will try this website, go to this dental assisting school, do this, do that. I mean, it gave me
That's
a lot
really,
of good.
really, really good idea, and I will probably use that. Thank you.
Do it for
that.
sure. Yeah.
Abby, it's time for you. We got one more minute with you, I think.
Yeah, Abby, what do you want to talk about?
I just wanted to mention, we were talking about cover letters, and a lot of people think, well, no one reads cover letters anymore. That is so not true. And especially now, it's so easy to write one. There's no reason not to write one. If you cannot attach a separate document as a cover letter, paste the cover letter on the bottom of your resume and put on the top of your resume cover letter and resume so they know to look for the cover letter. That's how you get them to read the cover letter.
In the body of the email.
Yeah, or that. Just get them a cover letter. There's no reason now, no reason not to do a cover letter. There wasn't any before, but now there's like extra no reason.
We get lazy with all this technology that we have. And guys, we remember what you would be looking for when you were hiring somebody.
Very good.
Yep.
Abby, we really appreciate you being with us. I don't want you to be late. I know you got to go.
Thank you, guys. Well, I'll see you all on my career wake-up calls. Remember, it's careerwakeupcall.com.
Yes.
Careerwakeupcall.com.
We love having you, Abby. Thank you so much for hopping in.
Sure, I'll see you guys again.
Okay, bye. Yes, you will. I'll be bugging you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right, guys, there's a lot of tools that we can use in job search. I believe, and Christy might agree with me because she's in HR. We're going to talk to her next. But, the more that we know, the more that we play with some of these tools with AI, we'll find out that it's not as difficult as it seems like it is. And then we can talk about how we can help do our job when we're in our interviews. Okay, it is commercial time. We'll be back with Christy and Awesome because she's HR like me.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No, no one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now, to learn more.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process, professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain 100% of the rights to your book.
I was looking to find a company that I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was a publisher who was honest and upfront, no hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing will publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
Hello, Jobfather Nation. So excited to be back for the first half, learning some valuable information, even things that I didn't know for the first half of the show. But just a reminder that we are truly grateful to be a part of NTX Radio, and we are definitely easy to listen to, as well as all of the other shows in the lineup for NTX Radio, which is, again, a radio and podcast collective, and can be heard all over the world on TuneIn Radio, on NTX Radio app, on Android, Apple CarPlay, or just ask Alexa. Check out our lineup at ntxradio.com. We do thank our valued partners for helping us voices of North Texas. Well, we are back with the second half of the show, and we've got a wonderful HR leader joining us today. I'll let Foster do the introductions. Let me turn it over to Foster. Any announcements or dad jokes of the second half, Foster?
You know, I'm glad that Jason Hopper's with us, guys. We're always talking about Jason anyway. Jason is a career coach at jfsdallas.org. JFS stands for Jewish Family Services. Guys, I would strongly, if you're in job search, I would strongly suggest that you go to jfsdallas.org, and you'll be surprised, because a lot of what we're talking about on this show today and other shows, Jason can teach you guys about, and you can become a part of something tactile. You go over there, and if you like to, or you can do it online, and you learn a lot of things about job search. I have been at a couple of Jason's events where he explains why companies do what it is that they do. And it's just awesome. jfsdallas.org, guys. Okay. You guys ready for another dad joke?
We are.
Of course.
Oh, good. I was trying to see if you guys could hear me. Okay. So my cousin got this job with the government doing census. You guys remember when the census companies used to come out to the network and trying to hire people to go out and do censuses?
Mm-hmm.
knock on doors and all the other stuff that we're scared to do in 2026. Well, anyway, so Mike.
You might get shot. Just kidding.
He shared a story with me. He says, I
went knock on her door in Texas.
And I asked you exactly. He says, I asked her how many kids. She said she had 4. I said, what are their names? Eeny, Meeny, Miny, and George. So he's like, okay, why George? Why not, Mo? And the lady says, I don't want no Mo.
That's cute.
Christy, I think you got that one. Yeah.
I like that one. That was cute.
So at any rate, guys, is that Dana talking? The technology sometimes.
Yeah, it cut out. I couldn't hear it.
So we've got Christy Farias with us. And Christy, guys, is a HR executive. She's done high-level business partnerships. She's been a HR director and things before. And she is a wonderful experience. A lot of Christy's experience has been in healthcare, which is big now. There's a lot of stuff going on, but I'm going to let Christy tell you guys about it. She's open to a lot of opportunities outside of healthcare because of her experience. But I'm going to let her talk to you guys about a little bit about what she's done. Hey, Christy.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you for having me. So a little bit about what I've done. I, as Foster said, am in the HR world. I do business partnership and talent development mostly these days. I grew up in all of the COEs. I've done compensation and benefits and payroll and all of those things. But where I really found my superpower was in coaching, talent development, and business partnership. I love sitting at the sort of nexus of where those two things meet. And I think given this age of AI, it is even more important to have those people in your stable of tools. We can really help organizations learn when to use it ethically and when to make sure that we're still having human discernment and judgment as part of what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I'm looking for.
That's awesome.
Is roles to do that.
Yeah.
Christy, tell us a little bit about
it's exciting to hear about.
Go ahead, Dana.
No, I'm sorry. It's I don't know if there's a drag on my end. My apologies, but Christy, it's exciting to hear about your passion in the area with like development and talent management. I think Foster and I were probably going to ask something very similar, but in terms of that piece of the pie, as we know, HR has many lanes, right?
Oh, yeah.
What do you love most about that piece? Share a little bit about your target type of companies where you're able to, get in there and do the coaching and fulfill some of your calling and your gifts.
The thing that I love most is being able to walk away from a situation, having made a difference and bringing some calm and clarity. When people come into situations and, very chaotic energy, I don't know what we're going to do about this. We don't have the resources, helping them figure out how to do those things and get people upskilled or confident in their own abilities and ready to take on tough challenges. That's really where I thrive and where I get really excited to do the work.
Christy, I've got a question. So I'm thinking as one of our listeners, because everybody's not in HR that's listening to this, but everybody's connected to somebody in HR probably. Christy, tell us, break down what an HR business partner does. Now, I know it'll be different in each company, but tell us a little bit about the role of an HR business partner. What is that?
Sure. So again, it can be a different thing for each company. When I say HR business partner, what I mean is someone who sits at the table with the business and really just helps with the humans, helps make sure that we're treating them fairly, treating them appropriately, that our engagement is where we want it to be, that we are developing people in the skills that we need them to have, that we're being good stewards of their career, making sure that we're, understanding from a leadership perspective what they want and need from us, making sure leaders are capable and ready and competent to lead, right? Because leadership is an honor. I strongly believe that. And not all leaders are natural born. Some need to learn how to do that. The other thing that I think HR business partners right now are really having to step into is some of that strategic transition and change management, like we're talking about with AI, understanding how the workforce is changing, how people doing the work will be changing, and helping the business understand how we can move that forward without people being afraid.
Absolutely.
I think that's well said. Yeah.
I've hired some HR business partners in the past that got involved in individual parts of the job, just like in talent management and talent acquisition. That's the word I'm looking for, Dana. Sometimes we leaders need help moving things along because we're so busy and we don't know a lot of times where to prioritize things for the company. And we learn, hey, we got to get this done. So sometimes a hiring manager, the HR business partner might come to a group or a leader and say, hey, where are we in the process of getting this Dana Gingrich hired? We got to get her in here because we got to get some stuff done. And the details, sometimes we don't like to get, those folks don't like to get involved in the individual details, but sometimes you kind of have to. Sometimes you might even have to help do that. If we've got an initiative in that company that needs to get done, then we need to be a part of making sure that it gets done. My God, we're the business partner.
Yeah, I see and have in my experience a lot of times been in a situation where we don't have a chief of staff. So the HR business partner has to take on that role. We don't have a project manager. The HR business partner has to take on that role. It's really partnering with the business. I mean, truly in every sense of that word, and the people doing the work.
Yeah.
There it is. And we've got, you work for a big old company, especially like some of those big, huge monsters that I work for. There are a lot of components to a job. There are a lot of things that need to be done, and it takes more than one person to do the job. It takes more than one person to lead. In the case of me at Verizon, I was one of the lead talent acquisition people. And I had North, Central, and South America. So I needed help getting things done. And a lot of times the HR business partners would give me that help.
And I think they also, even if they're not leading a team, which a lot of times they can be, really need to be a good example of what good leadership looks like. They need to be that sort of North Star of, this is how you treat people with respect and empathy. This is how you influence people when you don't necessarily have the authority to tell them what to do. That's one of the reasons I think it's such an important position in a company.
I think so. I think it's one of the most important positions in a company.
I agree.
From what I have hired in the past. Now, Christy, tell us, and a lot of the job seekers don't understand the difference between maybe an HR manager, an HR generalist. Those two sometimes get mixed up in different companies. Sometimes a company will hire an HR manager and you'll end up being a generalist. So is there a real difference there, or type of thing? You've been in HR a lot longer than I have.
Yeah, in my mind, absolutely there's a difference. I think companies sometimes miss what they're going for.
Yeah,
a true generalist is somebody who can do a little bit of everything, right? Kind of a jack of all trades, but tends to be a very tactile, functional role where they're sometimes that HR department of one in a smaller organization who's handling multiple things at any given time. To me, an HR manager is somebody who's managing the function or the people. Again, this is typically in a smaller organization looking to sort of take care of all things HR. Where you get into the business partner realm, that's when you step into that strategic work, where you're really helping look 6, 9, 12 months, 18 months down the road. What does the workforce need to look like? What do we need to do to get it there? Who do we have on the bench? What strengths do we need to enable? All of those sorts of things that you maybe wouldn't expect out of a manager or a generalist level.
So are you job seekers getting an idea of what the HR world looks like? Because a lot of times we don't know who we're supposed to turn to.
Yeah. And I like that we talked about the HR business partner, because that's such a multifaceted role. And I know at our company, we lean on those roles quite a bit in terms of how to communicate, even if you don't have a higher title or the same level of authority, how to communicate, collaborate, work through conceptual observations, work through scenarios, work through trials and struggles in a way that they respect your consultancy with them day in and day out. And that's a whole skill set in itself.
Very much so. I almost feel like sometimes I imagine it in my head, like we're the little angel on the shoulder, right? Saying, this is what we need to do. This is how we need to handle this. You know, not acting as a conscience so much as, oh, did you think about this? Hey, this would work better if we maybe did this here.
Christy, I've got another question. Due to being familiar with your background and your LinkedIn profile, you've been at it so long. I think, now it doesn't mean that it's so, but I think that you would be a good, especially in the medical arena, that you would be a good candidate for an HR. Well, you've already been an HR director, but an HR VP role. Mm-hmm. Now, those vice presidents, and then a lot of times you guys will hear us HR people refer to CHRO. That is the Chief Human Resource Officer, the person that's responsible for everything that we do. But I think that you, in some companies, as a VP of HR, would be wonderful, because basically what you're doing is a function. A lot of times the VPs do the functionality of the CHRO. Now, what do you like the big, huge companies, or where is your thought process of how to apply your skills? Are you more comfortable in a medium-sized or smaller company kind of thing? What do you think?
So I've been in both a small mid-sized private equity owned firm, and I've been in a big Fortune 5 firm as well. They both have their pluses and minuses. I will tell you, for my specific skill set, I would love to be in that mid-sized firm. I like the size where I really feel like I can make impact and do a lot of work. But also a firm that's big enough to understand the value of a strategic HR leader. Somebody that can really focus on, again, that consultancy, and really being there to coach and guide and do all of those things where you don't necessarily get the opportunity to do that in a really small firm.
Yeah. Chrissy, you're local to the DFW area, correct?
I am. I'm on the Fort Worth side of the Metroplex. Yeah.
Perfect. And I'm assuming you're wanting to stay here within DFW. And if so, what is your radius? Like, how far are you willing to travel?
Yeah. So I have kids that are all right in that really, sweet spot of school. One that just graduated, one that's in high school, and one that's about to be in junior high. So yeah, we are here in Fort Worth for the foreseeable future. I love working remotely. I'm really good at it. I enjoy being able to really hunker down and think. I am also open to hybrid roles or in-person roles, kind of within that 25, 30-mile radius. I'm right next to a highway, so commute isn't awful.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate respect the flexibility. Yeah.
Yeah, that tells you, I think, and I've been doing this a long time, so it doesn't necessarily make me right in all cases, but in some cases it does. The fact that Christy can do her job and lead in her job from a remote distance is wonderful, because some of these remote jobs, most of these remote jobs, sometimes we'll take a remote job and it may be in another state, and that limits the amount of time that we can get on an airplane or get in a car and go and meet the people and develop the relationships. I was going to bring that word up, Dana. In case, and sometimes when I was in the past working with, I had people in Peru, I had people in Bolivia, I had people everywhere. I wasn't able to just go get on an airplane and go down there and meet these people. But it says a lot about you, Christy, that you can develop what you need to and lead from a remote capability. I love that.
Yeah, it's intentional, right? You have to intentionally build those relationships and build those connections. I certainly don't want to downplay the value of being in office and being around people.
Yeah.
Where I think companies miss sometimes is requiring people to be in just for the sake of being in, right? If the rest of their team isn't also there in the office, they're not getting the same benefit that, say, an entire team would. And I think companies being open to that flexibility is really going to lend them better talent. And make people a lot more engaged again, which is important in getting the work done.
And the more engaged you are, you can get a lot. In my estimation, this is my work strategy. Personal stuff is I'm very tactile. And if I get a chance to meet you and I get a chance to sit down, look at you in the eye and understand what it is we're trying to do, I think it adds a huge value. Not to put down remote. We got to do it remotely sometime. We don't have a choice. But you know what? If I can sit down with Christy and talk about some things, I feel a lot closer to her. Maybe if I have something that needs to get done that's not comfortable to bring up, but if I got a relationship with Christy, I feel as though I can approach Christy and talk about that kind of thing, work through it.
Absolutely. I think that's the right situations in which it makes sense to be in person with somebody, to really sort of solidify the relationship. And that's why when you have a remote team, having those regular get-togethers, I think are really important as well. Providing those opportunities.
Yeah, Dana and I like to get together and go to dinner, and we sit and talk about the show, and we talk about what we're doing. And Maz, we got to throw you in there. Our next get together, we got to have you involved.
Yeah, we need to get in there.
We really do. And Christy, are you comfortable? Are you applying? Have you applied for VP roles in the past?
I have. I think it's the thing about it is that people call roles different things, right? A director or senior director in a Fortune 5 company is a VP or CHRO in a lot of other mid-sized to small companies. And it's all about capability. It's all about willingness and ability to lead the strategy. And if, I look at a role and it looks like, a mission that I can get behind and something that I really want to help build around, I'm not worried about what the title is.
Dana and I talk about the Golden Seal, the Jobseeker, Jobfather, Golden Seal of approval. I am known for hiring. I'm gonna brag about myself a little bit. I don't do this often,
but it's true. You're known for doing all the good stuff.
I'm known for bringing the best people and making the best applications in different situations, because the same type of person, the same type of leadership style is not applicable in every situation.
No.
And I am improved. There it is. Jobfather Seal of approval. Christy's got it.
Put that on my LinkedIn.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we need to start putting that on people's LinkedIn. Foster.
I need a picture of the graphic.
There's a wonderful thing about NTX Radio is that, guys, we are captured on YouTube. So share with your friends the show. Most of our listeners happened a couple of weeks after the show, actually. And that's part of the dynamics of being on internet anyway. But appreciate all you guys jumping in and the comments and all that kind of thing. But I wanted us, because I am extremely impressed with Christy's background and what she does and who she is as a person, doing the very thing that she does in HR. I just had to bring her on the show because I want you companies to understand there are multifaceted things that you guys can accomplish by hiring Christy. Leadership, individual stuff that needs to happen in your company. Christy's going to be that person that's going to get involved in those things and come up with the solutions for that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all go and find Christy Farias, Farias on LinkedIn, Farias. That's not hard, y'all. Now, do I know how to
look forward to the conversations?
Yeah. Do I know how to say it correctly? Of course. But guys, go check out Christy. And as we say in the United States, Farias is that's how we spell it. That's how we pronounce it. So do check out her background, guys, especially if you are if you're in healthcare and you need a healthcare leader. Christy might be that person. Go check her out. But y'all, we're not restricted to healthcare here. That level of experience that Christy brings goes across a lot of platforms. So you guys go check her out. That's why I brought her here. That's why Dana and I have the Jobseeker Spotlight is what we're doing right now. We bring a job seeker on just about every show, unless we're dedicating the whole show to an idea or something that we want you guys to get. That's why we bring the Christies and these people on the show. And Dana, I appreciate you helping me with all this stuff because I talk so much.
Of course. I love being part of it. I love the Jobfather stamp of approval.
And like Tiffany said in the beginning, you guys occasionally go and check out search the number 4, the letter U, inc.com. It is not going to be loaded with jobs all the time, but the job sometimes that Dana and I, Maz, other people are close to, we like to share those jobs on there because, hey, you know what? If you're interested, if you're fit for those jobs, we are people that can represent those jobs. We can get you to the person that's responsible for those kind of things. Like Charles has a job for right now over in Dallas. He needs a sales hunter. This is a very compensated position with a company that makes design fixtures for homes and office buildings and things like that. And Christy's probably heard me mention this job at South Lake Focus Group. But guys, you know what? Contact me for that. If you guys sometimes you see these super rich people with these crazy amenities and stuff at their house, this company architects that. So I have used up our time, and we'll see you guys next Friday.
And thanks again for having me.
Thank you, Christy.
Bye.
Bye, Christy.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or